The Mother Who Returned. When Sarah was only 20, she left her two little children in an old orphanage at the edge of the city. She had no food, no job, and no safe place to sleep. Her heart broke when she kissed their small hands goodbye. She promised through tears that one day she would return. She went to the big city, where life was colder than she expected. She worked long hours in dirty kitchens. She cleaned rich houses where no one noticed her, and she slept in tiny dark rooms. Nights felt endless, and mornings brought only more struggle. Still, she always carried the memory of her children's faces. Years slowly passed, and her fate finally changed. She saved every coin, then earned bigger wages until she opened a small shop. Customers came daily, her work grew, and success shined like sunlight after rain. But her soul always remembered the silence of two children left behind. Over time, Sarah became a wealthy woman. She wore elegant dresses, she bought a large house, and people in the city respected her. They admired her strength and called her powerful. Yet each night she closed her eyes and saw her children crying alone in the darkness. One morning, she decided to search for them no matter the cost. She hired investigators who looked into dusty records and found old orphanage papers. Each discovery gave her both sharp pain and fragile hope. She knew her past was waiting for her, even if it hurt deeply. The search finally brought her back to the orphanage gates. The walls looked broken, the paint peeled, and the air filled with the smell of damp wood. The tired caretaker saw her and spoke without kindness. "You left them here." Sarah's hands shook, but her trembling voice begged for answers. At last, she found her daughter Emily, now a strong young woman. Emily's eyes burned with pain but also with hidden beauty. She lived her whole life without a mother. She fought hunger on her own, and she carried heavy loneliness. When Sarah spoke, Emily only listened in silence, her face frozen. Her son Daniel was even harder to find. He left the orphanage early and survived alone on dangerous streets. After weeks of searching, Sarah finally saw him in a shelter for the homeless. His clothes were torn, his face looked tired, and his voice sounded like broken glass. Sarah begged for forgiveness and explained the suffering she once endured. Emily's eyes slowly softened, but Daniel's fists stayed hard. He said, "We lived the pain without you, Mother." His words cut her like a knife, but Sarah did not leave. She stood there, refusing to walk away again. With time, the walls of anger finally fell down. Emily accepted her, and Daniel at last listened. Sarah gave them not only her wealth but also the love she offered with her whole heart. In the end, they became a family again, and years of silence turned into peace.